Alright, Ebusuya mo bibia kwa about the number one political platform Ghana Politics Avenue so. You be so bibia se ne ne de di kan abedwumadi so abe subscribe to our channel no like ya share ma fofo nso sa ka dwumadi pa e do Ghana Politics Avenue so. Abre ne abre nyina ne ma pa so Ghana Politics Highway nso ne de be down ne de nso sa ka ne ma pia de be down. You be so bibia so binya abre ne pene atanase. No be enjoy program so nko so kra. Ye bo awura ne de nsem ma ne ye fair ye OSP akache. Nanso the man for us a petition for the dismissal from office we nam so man they was no as between enum to say or resign tien say mo brepi ni tem kwa kutin se me course na answer na bitin se me course we be so bia so be subscribe to our channel no like ya share yen kutin se.
It's all over for Kissi Agyabeng. It looks like the whole of Ghana is clamoring to have Kissi Agyabeng, the special prosecutor, out. This is not the first time he's going through this scare. In the days of Nana Addo Akuffo, when he fell out with that government, independent as his office is supposed to be, it was said that his loins were tied to those of the NPP government under Nana Addo Akuffo, that handpicked him and made him the special prosecutor. But they fell out somewhere along the line. And in some of our broadcasts, we attempted to understand why the relationship broke apart. We won't sound like a tape on repeat, a broken record in this version. So we'll put that one aside. This is the fashion king, the king of fashion. When you see him on a very good day, you might think that he missed his road into the courts. He's supposed to be on the runway, the modeling runway. In fact, he said that the office of the special prosecutor has made him poorer. He said he was rich before he got into the office. He has a good taste for exotic and exorbitant suits. He wears 3-piece suits every now and then. He became the special prosecutor after Alamisi Hamidu ran out in broad daylight like a tormented toad. So people believed that he would be able to do something. Alamisi Hamidu was one of the first to petition for the removal of Kissi Agyabeng. And he cited so many different reasons. But he survived that scare. Now it looks like there is a storm that is raging. And the only way this storm will calm down is when Jonah is dropped out of the ship straight into the mouth of the whale. And the Jonah here is Kissi Agyabeng. The office of the special prosecutor would only survive after Kissi Agyabeng is sacrificed. What is the basis? Number one, so many reasons have been peddled around, but officially, as published all over Ghana, beginning with My Joy Online, my brother, my sister, Kissi Agyabeng is in trouble. Pressure mounts on Agyabeng as petition calls for his removal over mismanagement and incompetence. Wow, this is deep. A petition was submitted to President John Dramani Mahama seeking the removal of Special Prosecutor Kissi Agyabeng, accusing him of incompetence, financial mismanagement, and a lack of tangible results after 4 years in office. Wow! Wow! Now the petition dated October 20, 2025 was filed by Simon Yao Awaji, the executive chairman of the Coalition for Integrity in Governance, COFIG. It argues that Mr. Agyabeng's tenure has failed to justify the billions of cedis allocated to his office and has been marred by institutional conflict. Despite these substantial allocations, there is no publicly available audited financial statement to account for expenditure, the petition states, highlighting a perceived lack of transparency over an alleged total budget of 364 million Ghana cedis between 2021 and 2024. 3 years, and that's the budget. Is bigger than the budget we gave to Zipline. Zipline, all right, Zipline is bigger. 279 million American dollars. This is Ghana cedis. In fact, the office of the Attorney General is more financed than the office of the Special Prosecutor for obvious reasons. And many people think, why don't you just join the two? But others are also of the view, let's have a very independent body, like the OSP, to deal with corruption issues specifically, while the Attorney General can deal with all kinds of issues as the lawyer of the state. My brother, my sister, Kissi Agyabeng, between 2021 and 2024, as we have been told, expended 364 million Ghana cedis, new Ghana cedis. Now the petitioner contends that the office of the Special Prosecutor has delivered no major convictions or significant asset recoveries, describing this as a clear sign of administrative weakness and ineffectiveness, especially in a country where corruption baths us from head to toe. He calls for Mr. Agyabeng to step aside immediately to allow for an independent forensic audit. The petition introduces fresh grounds for removal, shifting focus from the earlier national security allegations in 2024 to issues of financial accountability and professional competence. It cites Section 15 of the OSP Act 2017, Act 959, which provides for removal due to stated misbehavior or incompetence. A key allegation is that the Special Prosecutor withheld investigative dockets from the Attorney General's office, reportedly delaying processes like the extradition of former Finance Minister Akuffo. The petition labels this as gross misbehavior and insubordination. And this one here is heavy, because Attorney General is ready to say this is true. There were delays. Finally, Attorney General had to come to the gallery, the Ghanaian people, and spill the beans. And there is a certain cold war between the office of the Attorney General and the OSP as it stands right now, over incompetence and lack of seriousness on the part of the OSP. Now the petition also raises concerns about a potential conflict of interest, noting that Mr. Agyabeng's nomination was strongly influenced by Gabi Asare-Otredakon, a prominent figure in the previous NPP administration. Then it argues risks selective prosecution and undermines public confidence. This, it argues, risks selective prosecution and undermines public confidence. Of course, if Gabi was the one who pushed for Kissi Agyabeng, who used to be his lawyer or who he worked together with, then why? There certainly would be some selective prosecution. Oh yes, and undermines public confidence. Now the call comes amidst an already tense atmosphere around the OSP following a separate petition in 2024 that alleged misconduct involving the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI. Hey, FBI. It also references recent constitutional tensions between the legislature and judiciary, suggesting the OSP's actions contribute to institutional discord. Meanwhile, the Minister of State in charge of government communications, Felix Kwachofosu, has confirmed that petition seeking the removal of the Electoral Commission chairperson, her 2 deputies, and the special prosecutor have been received and are now in the hands of the Chief Justice for further action. Dash it away. This is where we are. Special prosecutor allegedly lies to us that one of the key blunders of our economy, a man whose data bank was making money vis-a-vis commissions from loans contracted into the country, conflict of interest. He being the finance minister, he was contracting more loans, and data bank, his bank that he had huge shares in, was plundering from the people's predicament. When this man was finally going away, after plundering us into so much debt, Kissi Agyabeng said he sat back and watched helplessly whilst the man left. He blatantly lied, according to authorities, that he talked to a number of institutions to hold back the man's running away of from the country, his flight from the country. But the BNI, now called NIB, wrote a letter which we cited and is in the public domain, that it was a lie. They were never contacted by Kissi Agyabeng's office of the special prosecutor to stop Ken Ofori-Atta. He's never been able to prove to us that he made an effort to stop this fugitive from flying out of our country. And now, as it stands, after pouring away all the milk, they are trying to pick it back. It doesn't look like Ken Ofori-Atta is going to return here. My brother, my sister, he spent more time on his 3-piece suits and shoes more than he spent on the cases of our nation. He valued his fashion sense more than he valued the destiny of this nation. Today, as it stands, everybody is calling for the head of the fashionista, the man whose shoe shines so brilliantly you could see a full image of your face in there like a mirror. He turned the office of the special prosecutor into a modeling runway. So many petitions have come out, and it doesn't look like Kissi Agyabeng would survive it this time around. It's clear. He lied to the people of Ghana that he tried to stop this man, Ken Ofori-Atta, from fleeing the nation. Unfortunately, his uncle, the president, was in power, Nana Addo, and therefore, together with the chief of staff, they allowed him to leave the country, promising that any time he was needed, he would be invited into the country to deal with issues. Did they show us a letter to that effect? No. What happened to all the millions given to Kissi Agyabeng? Did he buy suits with that? What happened to all the military style bulletproof cars that the nation invested in Kissi Agyabeng's office of the special prosecutor? He lived big, gigantic, and the insult to the nation will remember. He was better off outside the office of the special prosecutor. The office of the special prosecutor rather made him poorer. Today, my brother, my sister, 16 petitions are here. We have never had this volume of petitions for the office of the special prosecutor. he and his arrogant staff that talk to the public just anyhow, is the end for Kissi Agyabeng. If I were him, I would just resign and go away. The whole nation is angry with Kissi Agyabeng. And Jean Mensa, we spoke about Jean Mensa already. It's over for her too. Soldier come, soldier go. Mahama promised a resetting. Many people believe that the resetting will be on. And what would the resetting have been? Oh, any new government that comes removes the EC, Electoral Commissioner. But Mahama might keep this one the same way he kept the Accountant General, Controller. The same way he kept the Special Prosecutor. But it looks like it was just a matter of time. The people are not excited about the Special Prosecutor. Neither are they excited about Jean Mensa. Tokonu is already gone. And the same way she went, it looks like the evidence here is even bigger. And the people who are behind these petitions and the removal of the Special Prosecutor are people who carry weight. One of them is my own good friend, Martin.
Ultimate na say eti nsema course na na say OSP Kissi Agyabeng na brain na man for a petition for the dismissal we nam so ma yen Attorney General Dominic so say na ninje no ho nti yentu na de so yen say repeat nti de besi hanum say Ghana Politics Avenue so be so bia so be subscribe no sha like am so sakadwuma di pa ediwa makramo